Alrighty. Awesome. Today's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited. This is the first week of No Code Month. I'm super pumped about it. I've wanted to dig further into no code for goddamn ever. So I'm really excited about this. Let's get a LinkedIn up and running. Everything working okay on LinkedIn? I really hope so. Yes, it is. That's awesome. Hello, everybody over at LinkedIn. Pop a comment. I would love to hear what's up. Okay, cool. So, yes, today, just to get things whipping through, I'm Max. This is EntrepreNerd, and we today are going to be talking about no code for the first week this month, right? For the next 3 weeks as well, we're going to be talking about more no code. I'm going to be digging into tools, mostly via a little place online called MakerPad. It's a no code educational resource that I have subscribed to, and it has a ton of tutorials. I'm going to try to dig into as many as I possibly can and relay as much information that I learned that's valuable in terms of starting products and starting websites and starting apps, etc. to you. The individual, right? Awesome. What's up, Robert? Thanks for joining. So yeah, that is the plan for today. It is just digging into the first little bits of no code and then talking about what I'm going to be learning for the rest of no code month. So, should be a lot of fun. I'm really excited about it. Let's see. So, engine's running. Awesome. Everything's good over on here. I'm listening also in the background. You can hear a little bit of lo-fi hip-hop radio beats because we're trying to have a chill day because that's the vibe. That is the vibe for Wednesday. But cool. Awesome. So I'm Max. This is EntrepreNerd. I'm sponsored by Restream. You can kind of see up there. They're a great tool for live streaming. I highly recommend them. They work with me a lot, and they're really good in terms of responding if you need help with anything. So, and they're super easy to set up, so you probably won't even need help. But yeah, would highly recommend them. Go check them out if you are interested. Cool. So, without further ado, let's get started. Let's hide this. Cool. Awesome. So you can see my little jam set up. So this is lo-fi hip-hop beats. We're just gonna have this playing in the background. So the main topic of today is, yes, we're gonna introduction to no code, how that all functions, what that means, but mostly I'm gonna be showing you a few little tutorials that I ran on my own, independently. Well, kind of independently. I use tutorials, so. And what those tutorials mean and what you can do. What's up, Kevin? How's it going, boy? Loafing is awesome. What are we getting? I think LinkedIn's lagging a little bit. No SQL. I've never even heard of no SQL. So, just really quick before I dive into any of the weird stuff about no code and all of that, what no code is basically there's a big revolution in terms of software and setting stuff up and building products, right? Code seems like lo-fi. Okay. Lo-fi is great. It's very soothing and relaxing. But anyway, no code is essentially just using tools online. So let's say, I'm glad you're doing okay, Kevin. Let's say I want to build a job board, right? Job boards are super popular. They're super common. It's pretty often that somebody's going to need to build a job board, right? Just because you can't all host them on the same thing because there are different needs. Hey, Google played lo-fi Zelda. Yeah. Wait a minute. You almost ganked me, Aaron, because I just got a new Google Home Mini as a gift, and it's sitting right behind my little green screen, so I'm hoping it doesn't hear what I just said. But yeah, it's Zelda Chill Hop, dude. Zelda Chill Hop's lit. Anyway, let's say I want to build a job board, right? I'm getting distracted saying hi to everybody. Job boards are really common, right? They're really common in terms of just everybody, right? Everybody wants to build a job board. Everybody needs to build a job board. If you have to hire at all, having a job board is really useful. If you're a local organization that's a nonprofit, having a job board is useful. If you are a startup, maybe just building your own job board as an individual to show hey, we're posting these different things is useful. They're maybe not necessarily for a startup directly, but in terms of any really community groups that are building things and trying to get people hired, having your own independent job board is awesome, right? And the only real way to do that previously was either work really, really like intently. You can use website creators to like kind of hand finagle a job board. Or you could create a tool if you're looking for an opportunity in the market. You could create a tool because you know everybody wants to build job boards. You could go and you could create something that lets people build job boards super easily, like sheet to sites. This is one of my favorite tools. I've used it for stuff in the past. I've built my own job boards with it, and it's not just for job boards. They have updates. Interesting. So templates. Check this out. Basically, what sheet to site is, it's a no-code tool. You can build fully functional websites with pictures, text, filters, and links using only Google Sheets, right? I don't have to write a single line of code. I just have to organize it and pick a template and run it through Google Sheets so it pulls all the right information from literally just a Google Sheet, which is super, super crazy to me. So, NoSQL is a database using non-relational databases, not using SQL. The first called NoSQL at the time, then became a hybrid. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So that has some barrier to entry, right? And that's pretty deep, but that's awesome. Like there's more that you can do with that than you could ever do with no code. But if I want to build something relatively simple, here, check this out. Job board template. Show demo. This is a little job board, example of a job board website. There's all these different things. You can highlight them. You can pull them down. You can sort them by certain little things. You can drop some stuff under here. You can click apply, and that goes to maybe an offboard form that you have to fill out as an individual looking to get hired. It's just a very, very simple little sorting system. And so I used it for my own stuff for something called YesPGH, and I believe it's still up and running. Yeah. I should probably think about taking this down soon because it's expensive. But yeah, we partnered directly with CMU Pitt. These are local universities in Pittsburgh that I wanted to publish internship opportunities to. So any students looking for internship opportunities at local startups and wanted to go to YesPGH, the Young Entrepreneur Society of Pittsburgh, right? And I made it the exact, look at this. It's negotiable, like how much you get paid, unpaid, this many hours per week. You go under here. It shows the requirements. All of this was sorted and automatically generated from info that I collected on a Google form that was ported to a Google Sheet. So all of this setup and everything in here is completely automated. And I didn't have to write a single line of code just because there's a tool called Sheet to Site, right? That is a great example of a no-code tool. It solves a regular recurring problem in a simple way so you don't have to code something from scratch, right? I also like it personally for me because there's no barrier to entry, right? It took me 2 days to learn Sheet to Site, and I basically learned it on stream. We set up a prototype of the site on stream in 45 minutes because it was super, super easy, right? So of course, I don't want to go and learn code, even though code is incredibly valuable. I'm not discouraging anybody from going to learn code. But the ability to go and whip something up super, super quickly in a little tool called Sheet to Site, or a little website tool or a little app tool or whatever it is, to create something that's already been created before, and not have to worry about design, not have to worry about a bunch of other things because they're kind of solved for me already. That's no code, right? So if there's a very, very everybody wants to build an app, right? The whole meme of entrepreneurship is everybody wants to build an app. Everybody has the new app idea, the new billion-dollar app idea, right? Because the App Store was a huge thing for a while. It's not really a thing anymore. It's hard to make $1 billion on an app. It's not at all impossible by any means. Having a successful app is awesome, but it's not as easy as it was when the App Store first came out, right? So, but now since it's been around for a while, people have realized that everybody wants to build apps. Listening, but thumbs are good. I don't know what thumbs are, man. But I'm glad you're listening. But if your problem has been solved before, everybody wants to build apps. What's up, Andrew? How's it going? Definitely, Edgar. If it's been solved before, there's likely a no-code tool that helps you build it because everybody wants to build an app. So there are tons of things that help you build actual apps that you can then submit to the Apple Store and things like that. Oh, I gotta take the chat off. Boom. There we go. But yeah, that's the whole jazz. So they're just tools that let you build things that have been built before, or maybe some things that haven't been built before, but just in structures that are more expected without code. And that's why I really like it, because I can't code. I don't have the time to learn code. I probably should at some point, But for right now, these are just so much more accessible. And when I'm teaching it to you as an individual on these live streams, you don't have to learn anything. You can just go and subscribe to a free trial for these tools that I'm talking about, and you can do the exact same thing as me. So the learning curve is much, much lower, right? Because it might take me a year to successfully learn code to the point where I can build a website and tie it to Google Sheets, right? But I don't need to do that because it's all right here for me. So that's the whole jazz. What's up, Toast? How's it going? I hope you're doing well. So, chilling to lo-fi hip-hop radio. Here is, let's just dive right into it, I think. And then I have some really, really cool stuff to show you from last week's experiments. So, the first little bit that I want to talk about is Airtable. So, Airtable is essentially just Google Sheets on steroids. What's up, Hoyakova? How's it going? I don't believe I've seen you on here before. Good to have you in the chat. Let me know if you have any questions. We're digging into no code right now. So this is Airtable, right? And as you can see, I'm just kind of like messing around. I was goofing. Workplace 1, 5, 4, 4, 3, Hawkeye 3, Hawkeye 4, Hawkeye 2. Haha. I wonder who the Hawkeye is. Hilarious. Very, very funny. I'm a comedic genius. Anyway, and then over here I have like ratings. But I was just messing around with Airtable because there was a little tutorial that was showing me you can create. The stream says this for mature audiences. Really? Also, what's up, Pretzel? Really? For mature audiences? I wonder what I did different. That's weird. That's very weird. Actually, let me move this over to here. I don't know. I wonder what I did different. I don't think I did anything different this time. That's weird. You shouldn't be here then. Hilarious. None of us are mature here. It's weird that it's for mature audiences, though. I wonder if I cursed too early in the stream or something like that. I don't think I said it. I don't think I've cursed yet. That's weird. By the way, really funny, just really quick. Yeah, maybe I did. I don't know. I wonder. Did I change anything? I wonder if I changed anything. I'll figure it out later. But I might have turned it on accidentally. It's very possible. Yeah. So. Anyway. It says I said it. Okay. Then I messed up. I made a mistake somewhere. I don't know where it was, but I'll change it. I'll change it soon. But okay. Cool. So, funny story really quickly. Speaking of me cursing. I've been in touch with a few high school teachers to try and teach for their classes, right? And just do little presentations and have a little bit of fun there. It's a great way to test out my content. It's also just a lot of fun, so I figured why not. And I keep having to tell them like, yeah, I'll send you an example stream, just so you kind of have an idea of like what I do. But I do kind of curse a lot on them, and they're like, ooh. Oh, cool. That's good to know, Hoyakova. That's awesome. For my Instagram promotion. That's good. That's very, very good. I'm going to try to promote more and do more on Instagram. I know I've been a little bit lazy on that platform, but it's good to have you here, man. It's great to have you here. I appreciate you stopping by. Let me know if you have any questions on no code or anything like this. It's going to be kind of an introductory day, so we're not going to dig into anything too complicated, hopefully. This stuff sounds, no code is like supposed to be like, this is easy, right? It's super wild. I'm not going to do it, Aaron. I'm not going to read the thing. It's totally going to play if I try. So, it's just sitting right behind me, man. I forgot that it was there. You're going to screw me. Anyway, so I'm glad you came from the Instagram promotion. Anyway, so I keep having to tell these high school teachers that, like, I can send you an example, totally, yeah, I think you'll like it. It's really informational, it's awesome. But, like, the most recent live stream on no code, right, or something like that, and I always have to warn them, like, ooh, I do curse a lot, and they're always like, that's a problem. So it's becoming more difficult to, like, share my resources within school systems, but, of course, I can do... No, of course, yeah. But like they don't have any problem. I'm still gonna we're still setting up a time to go and showcase some of the stuff that I'm learning. I'm still setting up a time to do a presentation. Like it's not bad. And I can also share some of the previous ones that I've done because those are posted on YouTube. The previous talks. I know I need to make a highlight reel. Yeah. Actually, I'll be posting this soon. But Joe, my editor, made the most hilarious highlight reel of me just like screwing up and doing dumb shit on stream, and it's so good. Oh my god, he did it for my birthday, and I love it. But it's so good. I'm gonna post it soon because it's like the best blooper reel I've ever seen. Ugh, it made me so happy. So yeah. But anyway, it makes my stuff slightly less shareable. But like my audience is college kids mostly anyway, and also high school kids aren't gonna care. It's just about like once I get them introduced to my stuff, they'll see that like high school kids curse probably more than anybody. Like you cursed like tons in high school. I cursed a ton in high school. I don't think it's an issue. It's just funny that I have to have that little brief conversation. Nobody really seems to mind. Nobody's been like, ooh, no deal. Everybody's like, okay, well then maybe we'll just do an in-person presentation. It's interesting. So, they just can't show my stuff in class is the point. So, which maybe that's bad, maybe that's good, I don't know. Okay, cool. So this is a little example. Check this out. I can just move this stuff around. This is a view in Airtable. Airtable is essentially Google Sheets on steroids, and I flip-flop and love. Oh, Good News Now is hosting me. What's up? Thank you, Chris. But it essentially just lets me. It's like Google Sheets on steroids, and I love Google Sheets more than life itself. And so this is like a dream for me, and it's apparently a lot more complicated than I thought it was. So this is in Gallery, this is in Grid View. So this is the names, these are the places that they work, these are the picture attachments that I want to attach to those records. Oh my god, I keep adding records. And then these are the ratings associated over here. So you can tie, so I create a little, based on this record, right, this row. It has rating average of 5. It has attachments. It has workplace notes. It has, actually, I can change this to workplace. And then this is the name, right? Workplace. I love a complete interview for a blockchain fintech startup in a short bit. I assume it's atypical, but any remote job pays the bills with no pants. It's a good job. Scripting is a total way to get things done. Modify programs to your needs. Making boards. Totally, dude. No, I respect the hell out of that. I absolutely. That's super cool that you have an interview in a short bit. I wish you luck. No. Code is always going to trump no code. No code isn't going to take over no code. No code isn't going to take over code. You still have to build stuff from scratch if it's outside of the bounds of typical stuff, right? Which a lot of things are. But when it comes to solving like relatively simple problems, I almost guarantee you can find a no-code tool to like do that out there. It's insane what you can do with this kind of stuff. So, I appreciate you, Good News Boy. You have a great. I've been seeing your lives everywhere, dude. Keep them up. Airtable will give you a free Patagonia backpack full of swag if you fill out a form. Really, will it? Where? Send me the link. Can I find that? Oh my god, I would love an Airtable backpack. The Patagonia backpack, but I would love Airtable everything. Airtable's supposed to be like the number one company with the swag. It's really funny. So I would love some Airtable swag. I'll wear it on my next stream. Hoyakova, great question. Some experience promoting on Instagram? Yeah, for sure. So in terms of Instagram, basically all I did was Facebook Ads Manager is not hard to run. And through Facebook Ads Manager, you can run a ton of different little, actually here, I'm not going to be able to give you a ton of advice on this right now. The best thing that I can do is I can recommend you to a stream that we did in Marketing Month where I showed you how to run those kinds of ads. So let me go and grab that super quick because it's a really useful live. I would highly recommend you check it out. So, videos, live now. Yeah, we're live. Pretty cool. Airtable's huge, dude. Airtable is absolutely massive. It's insane what they can do. So they're a crazy startup. It's amazing some of the stuff they've done. Marketing Month Week 3, basics of SEO, some failures. Marketing Month Week 2. This is running a bunch of ads everywhere. Yeah, this is probably going to be the best. Copy link address here. Hoyakova. This is going to be. You should check that out, Hoyakova. That is a really, really good. That's just the highlights. And you should be able to find Marketing Month Week 2, the full stream on my YouTube channel there. But that's going to give you all the information about how to run ads on Instagram and how that all kind of functions. It's super, super simple. And if you have any other questions, feel free to message me on Instagram or anything like that. Yeah, I'm happy to send you more information because there's a couple little presentations that I've done. You're not a fan, but you like the backpack. I support it. Whatever works for you. Okay, cool. So let's dive into this. Basically, you can create different columns with different types of information in them, right? And it sorts more directly by like specific information. You can do that in Google Sheets, but it's more like open format. This is more structured, and by creating that like more intense structure, you can tie like information together in a much more reliable way. And so they're able to do a lot more crazy things, right? So this is record number 1, right? Hot guy number 1, right? That's the name. Hot guy number 1 is their name. Workplace is workplace number 1. Their attachments is this. This is supposed to be their picture, but it's just a little basic picture. Their average rating is this, right? The rating that I pulled from another thing is this right here. So, I'm still figuring out a way. Basically, what I want to do is I want to create a little form that you can submit ratings for each hot guy, right? Or something like that, because I'm thinking of making like a little board about some silly stuff. And you submit a rating through a form. It goes into this form, and then it averages out all of the ratings that everybody is given to a point where you like this is supposed to be the rating average. But I got the formula wrong, so it's a little bit weird. So it's just equal to the actual thing. So a little bit funky, but basically this is one record, right? It has all this information right here. So if I go over to here and I pull up this, it actually has all this information from the initial record over in here, right? It has workplace, it has hot guy, it has the attachment, it has all the information that I have in this record over here in one cell over here, right? And that way I can tie ratings to it individually, and so I can actually have the average rating over here. Then, with all this information, I can actually change the view to a gallery view. So it prioritizes the picture, and it makes it a little bit more like visually accessible, right? Visually viewable. And I can move stuff around, I can change how things work. I can embed this into a website. So if I actually wanted to create like a little showcase thing for like a product, let's say I compile a bunch of little products and I have product images, I have information on the products, I can put that all down in here and sort what is shown, right? So I can actually click into here and I can show the, let's say the attachments. The attachments are currently hidden, but I can unhide the field, and then it shows the attachments, right? So I can actually sort and change what is shown in this gallery view, which is super cool. You can do all of this in Notion, by the way, on a really, really basic level, and that's one reason that I really like Notion, but because you can create all of it on Notion. But if you're looking for like more structured, reliable databases that you can tie information between, you have to use Airtable. You can't tie information between databases in Notion. So, but anyway, like I can just sort the hell out of this, right? I can create what I want to see, and it's super, super cool. So let me actually go and hide the attachment. How did I do that? Where's the attachment showing? I guess I would hide this field. Yeah, okay, cool. Cool. So it just works like this, right? And all of this is in an actual database view that I can then, and this is the really, really cool thing. You can actually like change it to a form view. Entrepreneurs are awesome. I like solving puzzles. Entrepreneurs make money simply. This is actually a form of notion, form of visual. It's populated database manually. Totally. Yeah. There's a whole bunch you can do. I'm really excited. You're right. Like entrepreneurs, that's exactly what they do. I like solving puzzles too. I just feel like most puzzles can be solved in a very simple way because they've been solved before. If you're solving a completely new puzzle, you should honestly be worried because if nobody has tackled it before, then you might not have a market. So you might have the next $1 billion app, who knows? But if it hasn't been solved before, you should be worried. So if something has been solved before, using no-code tools like this is really useful. So I really like it. But I'm glad you're interesting. I'm glad you're interested. So what's the underlying DVO that Airtable uses? I actually have no idea. And personally, I'm going to be totally brutally honest, I don't care. Just as long as it works. And it's also one thing really nice about Airtable is it's super integratable with everything. So anyway, over here, there is a form view that I made, right? And the form view, I can actually just I have a form that I can just submit, and I can control what the form looks like based on the information here. So you can actually create forms in Airtable, and you don't need to. You can create a type form and you can integrate it, and it's not that hard to make the integration. I think you would just need, would you need, no, I think you can just do it directly from Typeform. You can just integrate it like completely without anything like Zapier or anything complicated. But check this out. I can add a contact, gives me an option to select from, one of the hot guys, and then I'm going to give them a rating, right? Submit it. Boom. Thank you for submitting the form. And then I go back over to here. Boom. It created another entry for hack number 2 with rating number 4, right? So as long as I can average those out and sort those in the right view and then have the rating average here, this gallery view is just like you submit and it continually updates the rating average, right? Or I could have a count, right? So this many people voted for this person. This many people voted for this person, right? There's a ton of different things that I could do in that kind of area, and I can make a super, super simple ranked list, right? For a bunch of different things, for anything, for products, for people, for companies, for everything. It's so cool. Typeform is webhooks and source responses and app. Using anything without a middleman or database. It's super cool. Yeah, it's awesome. I love Typeform. It's so useful. So I use it for a bunch of stuff. And I'm actually going to try to build a no-code tool in it soon for a client. So that's cool. But anyway, so that was a little introduction to Airtable, right? Kind of cool. Absolutely love it. Super fancy. I did a little Integromat thing. I'm not going to dive into this now. This is going to be on a later stream. But check this out. This is Integromat. And so what I have here is a little sequence. I didn't set this up out of my brain. I set this up out of a tutorial, and I'm still learning Integromat by and large. It's very, very confusing to me. But basically what this does is for a certain Airtable database, it's watching the records. Every time it retrieves a record, an individual record, and it pulls a URL that I have put into the record. It then ports that URL to barcodes, and barcodes is a tool that just generates barcodes off of URLs, right? Barcodes then submits that image that it creates, that barcode, to Dropbox. It uploads a file. Then that Dropbox file is created as a share link, right? There's a share link is generated from the uploaded file, which is a barcode. And once you have that updated share link, it goes back to Airtable and it updates a record and it adds a URL to the picture, the image of the barcode for the original URL, right? So if I put entrepreneur.blog, it would generate a URL in the like a little link over to the right of a picture. When you click on that that thing, it downloads a picture. That picture has a barcode, and when you scan that barcode with your phone, it goes to entrepreneur.blog, right? And then a repeater, so it does it as many times as it needs to. But it does all of that. It creates just as many barcodes as I possibly want for free, all in Integromat, and it generates it all within an Airtable grid. So it's pretty crazy. It's pretty cool. And this is a basic fucking test. Like, this is the most basic of basic stuff. I'm just scratching the surface of what's possible in Integromat. So far, I really like it. I've heard really good things about Zapier and Parabola and a few other different little things. If I can't, I'm gonna try all of them, and I'm gonna try to find one which works really nicely to me. But it's really cool. It's really cool. So I'll dig into this more for the next stream, or maybe the stream after, and then we'll dig into that. But just within Airtable and a simple little tool called Barcodes and Dropbox, I was able to just automatically generate URLs for QR codes. It's pretty cool. So I don't know. I had a lot of fun with it. And then I can actually put those QR codes in if I wanted to, because now we can put this in gallery view, right? I could use those as the images, and you can actually go and scan each of those on this little database on a website. Pretty cool. Pretty gosh dang cool. So I think it's fun. I think it's really fun. But anyway, we're getting aside. We're getting kind of distracted. Let's say the main purpose of this, Integromat, so M-A-T, if you can read that up there, Integromat. It's basically just a tool that ties together other tools. That's all it is. They call it the glue of the internet. That's the little marketing thing that they have for them. It just lets you tie together tools that have information in them, right? So it lets you port information from one tool to another and back to the same tool or to a different one. So if I had a Typeform, the little Typeform thing that I'm working on together with you, basically I would have a Typeform, or no, I would have a Google Sheet or an Airtable sheet that would port information to a type form and update a record. And then like if you changed something in the Airtable sheet or the Google sheet, it would then pull things over to the type form. This is the way that I would be able to like make a type form out of a Google sheet, right? It's like a soft router, exactly, yes. It's super, super cool. So I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm really excited to dive into more. It's really wild and complicated and difficult to use. Like it's a different way of thinking. It's not actually difficult to use. It's really easy, but it's a different way of thinking in terms of how information spreads. But once I get the hang of it, I'm sure I'll have no problem. So I'm excited to learn more because this stuff is crazy. So anyway, I don't want to miss anybody saying anything. I think I'm missing a few things over on LinkedIn because the information doesn't import perfectly. John Fry, yay! Thank you, John Fry, for hopping on. I appreciate you. Robert, what's Robert say? Because it's only giving me LinkedIn user over here. I work with entrepreneurs and they make construction organizations and pilot Legos, and then they entrepreneur social contract make them money. Somebody this is great for software. I don't need to back any programming. It takes way too much effort. I agree completely. Yeah, I know. Few people do the full stack, yeah, and that's expensive, right? It's very expensive to find. If you can't code as an individual, you can't build something from the ground up as an individual. It's expensive to find people that can, right? So I highly recommend at least the prototype, right? At least the MVP. The minimum viable product should be hosted in no code if you can build it there, because it's just so simple. It allows you to test a lot quicker. There's just a bunch of really cool stuff that you can do there, right? So, check this out. So this is a little example of a card website, right? Very, very simple. Here's the little button. And then I was thinking of upgrading because I need to upgrade if I'm going to do anything more advanced. But this is a super simple way to actually create a website with paid content, right? So if you have a private blog, if you have a private whatever, if you are selling an online course, if you have a video that you want to hide behind a paywall, if you have specifically for this stream a database that you want to hide behind a paywall, right? In here, there's actually a way I haven't figured it out yet. I'm pretty sure it's super, super easy. Share, can I embed it somewhere? Invite by link? No. But there are ways to super, super easily embed Airtable sheets, right? And like Airtable views, right? And like the gallery view. So if this is like let's say I'm doing a private job board, right? Or a private ranked list. I have a list of a bunch of different companies, a bunch of information on them. You click into this thing, it gives you a ton of crazy information on what that company does and all the information that I've gathered behind the scenes, right? From interviewing each of the founders or something like that. What they're currently raising, who they're working with, how they got their first customers, etc. Right? All these awesome case studies for these awesome, really cool companies, and it's so valuable. I have like 100 of them that I want to, in this format, that I want to sell access to it. Right? So I would go and I would embed this. Actually, let's go quickly look up how to embed an Airtable. Embedding a video, a view, or base. There's a short video so let's actually go and look at this. I'm curious. Ooh. Oh no, please try again later. That's why the lo-fi turned off. Okay. Blog view. Oh, wait, hold on, I missed it. New grid view. Blog view. I think this is a pretty old one because this looks way different. Hide columns, yeah. Publish this view. View is published. Embed this on your site. Wow, so it's really simple. Okay. Oh, eat me. Is it still going? Okay, cool. I got some lo-fi in the background. Good. So I guess I go into here. How do I... Maybe I just embed? Oh, wait. Share view. Shareable gallery view link. Send the link or embed it on a website. Boom. So it's just right there. Check that out. It's literally just right there. I can just grab the link from there and then embed it on my website. So in something like a card thing, I would just have a little embed and then I would put it right there. It's pretty crazy. So let's actually do that really quickly. Let's go and add a embed. Yes, perfect. So I'm going to put the embed right there. And then in here, type code. Let's go back into here. Let's just give this a shot. Embed this on your site. Yes, it's an iframe. So it is an iframe link, which means over in card, it is an iframe URL of the page. Use background music like that for the intro to your stream and the wrap. Maybe different tunes kick in when you do different things. Like when you start building something. Ha! I'm glad. Okay, so we'll do the music more. That's good to know. We'll do the music a little bit more. I think it's soothing. It's relaxing. We're vibing. That's what they call it. Vibing. So let's see. ID, I can't change those yet. URL of the page to embed. Maybe it's just code. So maybe it's this. Done. Okay, hopefully that works. Let's see what it looks like. Publish changes. I published it to memberstack.card.co because I'm using Memberstack to hide some content. I'll show you that in a second. So view site. Let's see what it looks like. I wonder if it worked. Button. I'll remember log in here. Log in. Hey, it works. Check that shit out. That's so cool. So we just embedded a little sheet, right? Boom, bada bing, bada boom. No problem, right? And check that out. So that you see that initial little thing? The way that works, and there's apparently it takes like 5-10 minutes to set up because I did it super quickly. This little button right here, it's $1,000 for a lifetime membership, right? Something like that. All of this is a super basic little card site, right? Card is just a little landing page builder. So I'm going to show you card.co. Card.co is just a simple little landing page builder, right? And here's my dashboard. I have a bunch of different little examples for things that I'm building. Here's a little fake startup that I did. It's just a really easy, basic little website builder for just 1-2 page things, right? It's also super cheap, which is why I like it, and it functions really well. So all that's great, right? Then I put this button, and I tied this button to Memberstack sign up, right? I used a little hashtag off of Memberstack. And Memberstack, I created a membership, and I just tied that via links to card. And so actually now, because I just tied a few little links together in a super simple little way, now when you go to my actual website and you click this, let me do this in incognito so it lets me sign up in a nice little way. Let me grab the link again. Memberstack.card. Oh, actually, publish changes. Let me just grab the link. Copy link address. Let's go back to incognito. Let's see if it works here. Boom. Perfect. So boom, awesome. Everything works nicely. It's just a one page. I'm scrolling. There's nothing, right? It's just a one page little thing. I can't access anything else unless I click this button, sign up today, right? And then I create an account. And then I can sign up and I can log in. So let's create an account. Sign up. Password is too short. Sign up. Email already taken. Okay. So it's giving me a bunch of trouble. But normally, it's because I can't use this email, I think. Or actually, this is my old email that doesn't work anymore. Boom. And this is in test mode. So check it out. I actually put in my credit card information, credit or debit card information for $1,000, and this is in test mode, so it's not actually gonna get me. And then I can confirm and pay, right? And then boom. After that, it leads me to the content that I wanted to see, right? The private content, the behind the scenes content, the paid content, right? And all of this information, right? I could just have a little list in here that's nice, and I could spread it out and make it look a little bit better. But all the information that you paid for, the private list of case studies on awesome companies that are building amazing things, all of it's right there. And you just got to it via a paywall, right? And nobody can get there unless they have signed up for the paid version. So, and they can come back here and they can start, they already have a membership. So if you click again, it'll automatically send you there because it remembers all your information. You can sign up with an account, so you can just put in your information on different things. It's so fucking cool. So all of this was set up in it took me 10-20 minutes to figure this out because I had a tutorial in front of me, of course. So I didn't really figure it out, but it's so easy, right? And so with just Airtable, Memberstack, and Card, I'm able to create paid products just in no time at all. And it's free. All of it's free except for Card. Card is a little bit expensive if you want to do this kind of stuff. I think it's $50 for the year. Yeah, $50 for the year. So, but that's like super cheap. Like, fuck, I'm probably gonna totally do it because then I get like 25 sites and I can embed them all and I can do a bunch of fancy stuff. It allows me to prototype things insanely quickly. So, it's awesome. I absolutely love it. It's so cool. So, I'm really excited about it. But this lets us build a private database, right? It lets us build a private database. We actually could like store part of a database down here. There's a what is it? There's an example website that somebody built for, it was Nathan Lotka. Nathan Lotka had a big fancy database on, I think it was on Airtable, that he really liked and he knew was valuable, right? And you can sort it and you can do a bunch of stuff with it. And he actually hid it in a really clever little way where you could see like the first 5 rows, and then it kind of like there was like a little it was like it just kind of faded out, right? And then you couldn't click on anything below the fade out. As a data analyst, I totally endorse the software for financial gain as long as you own the data to be worth selling. For sure. Massive data dumping and collecting content may be an issue. Monotony better the fat rat. I love the fat rat. I glitch hop all that kind of area. Like I have friends that make EDM music. They do like tropical house. I love all that kind of stuff. Yeah. I love fat rat. The fat rat is awesome. I'll check that out though. Monody. Yeah. Or Monody. But yeah. As long as you're selling something that's valuable, of course, absolutely. You shouldn't sell something for like $1,000. That's just etiquette and good practice. You're gonna get your ass kicked on the internet if you do something like that. So, but pretty cool. I can put a timer, a widget, a gallery, all this different stuff. I can actually put my own table. That's kind of cool. But if we want something sortable and like accessible from a different point, from a different endpoint, we should use Airtable and like you can put it into different formats. Bunch of cool stuff. We can actually put an image. Let's say I wish there was an example of this. Actually no, I think there kind of is. What is it? Crunchbase. I think Crunchbase is a good example of this. You go to Crunchbase and you like check out certain companies. So let's check out certain companies and see if it does it to me. It's not really doing anything. Okay. What about document management? X. So it's giving me all the information. I think I'm already in Pro. No, I'm not. Show more. Yeah. So check that out. This is kind of a good example, right? Lists featuring this company, right? And kind of information there. Or web traffic with similar web, or interest signals by Bombara. Ooh, this is really weird. They have so much stuff here. But anyway, like, click show more, right? And you want to show more, but you can't click that show more button. That show more button leads to pay, right? Just like it has here, start free trial, right? So you could show like a little bit of the database initially and just like give people like a little bit of a tidbit, like, ooh, Google did this. Ooh, Sheet2Site did this. Ooh, Amazon did this, right? Now do CMU companies. Yeah, no, honestly. I could just do a giant list of awesome CMU companies and main contacts there or something like that, right? So it's a bunch of awesome information, and then sell it for $5. I don't know, or just sell it for free trial and just collect emails. It's not really that unbelievably important to pay, right? I could just get emails of people interested in that kind of stuff. There's one in Crunchbase. What do you mean? There's plenty of CMU companies on Crunchbase. Yeah, so now I can create that kind of stuff, right? I can just create it from scratch. It's not hard. It takes me a day, right? Previously, that would take a ton of different things, but there's so much stuff that I can do with this. It's so cool. So I'm really excited about it. I'm super pumped. But what's up, Jess? Definitely need to check the stream out later. Interested to see how you're going to make me obsolete. No. Coding is never going to become obsolete, but I'm glad you're... let me know what you think. There's a sub list of them, I mean. Oh, on Crunchbase, do you mean? Or somewhere else, Pretzel? But yeah, you're good, Jess. Don't worry. I can solve a couple little problems really quickly with this. That's why I like it. So, but that's that whole shtick, right? That's 3 little tools right there. Super easy to throw together. No big fucking deal. And that took me a day. To throw this kind of stuff together, right? Actually, it took me like an hour to do everything, but it's super cool. We absolutely agree with each other. Probably different methodologies, digital data analysis, doesn't care much, just want to make something on top of things. It's nailed. Yeah, hopefully. Well, monetizing is hard, right? Getting people to actually go and buy something is hard. Unless you solve like the biggest problem in the world, getting people to actually go and buy something is hard. That's something that I'm still trying to figure out, of course. But I know how to build stuff, so that's what we're talking about this whole month. And then after that, probably like this next month, the plan after No Code Month is literally just to start diving into projects, because now, like, hopefully by the end of this month, I will have enough information to like just quickly spin dumb shit up, right? Like a little list, right, of CMU companies, or a little list of ways to connect with your friends, and a list of apps, right? And you get that list of apps if you subscribe, right? Something really silly like that. There's, yeah. At the end of this month, beginning of next month, so it'll be September, hopefully I'll know enough about no code and different no code tools to just like spin shit up, and then we can really start building stuff, because I feel like prior I've been floundering a little bit, and I've been able to talk about stuff and how they work and how all of it kind of functions, and that's great. And I've been able to build a few little things like SPGH, that little website on Sheet to Site that we via Sheet to Site that we built. That worked really well. We did that in 45 minutes. That was awesome. But I would love to be able to do that with everything else, right? And now hopefully soon I will know how to, right? So I'm really excited about it. I'm super pumped. That's pretty much all I've got for today. There's a few like funny little things that I want to show you. Yesterday, no, it wasn't yesterday, it was Monday. Every Monday I do the promotion, and we learned how to do the promotion last month on Marketing Month, right? Where we figure out how to share certain things to different places. That's worked really, really well for me so far, actually. Like, really, really well. I've been getting consistently a ton of people to visit my site, and I'm really, really happy about it. A few little sources that I've been using have worked really, really crazy well. The first time we went mini viral on Reddit, right? Thank you, dude. I work with entrepreneurs. You have the mindset for it. You have it. You can make money by the way I think. I don't know about that. We'll get there. We will get there. So hopefully, like, if I can spin up, if every week or every 2 weeks we can spin up something tiny and small, we'll eventually start making money for sure. Yeah, why not? So I'm going to be looking for real problems, though, and I want to reintegrate customer discovery into the live streams, where I go out and I call people and I interview them, like, hey, how are you doing this? Hey, how are you doing this? Hey, do you need help with this? Hey, what are your problems? All that kind of stuff. And I learn from different sectors about, like, what's the issue? How does that work? I know. So what happened to Dead Startups? That was one of the first things that we were really going to launch and try to make money off of. Dead Startups still exists. It works. It functions perfectly. And all of this, I got my shirt in the mail. I did a little test thing, but I got my shirt in the mail. But because of COVID, it actually took around 2 months for the shirt to deliver, and the shirt looks stupid. I misorganized the shirt, so I changed the shirts on the actual site. And I'm glad that I tested it first. But it took like 2 months for it to deliver because of everything going on with COVID. And so they actually shut down parts of parts of Printful, the backend that I was using for Dead Startups. Ooh, excuse me. And because they shut all that down, I can't really order the shirts because they were all in a format that doesn't really work. And I think you can still order stuff like socks and things like that, but anything larger you can't ship right now because of all the restrictions. So once that stuff opens up, I'm gonna pop that sucker open. We're gonna launch that sucker on Product Hunt, and it's gonna be awesome. But for now, it is under wraps. But it all works. It all functions. I'm paying for all the tools. All the merchandise is there, and it works. And I get paid if you buy something. And it functions super, super simply and quickly. That sort of sucks. Yeah, you could. I feel like t-shirts are more startup-y though, so I feel like people are gonna get those. But we can. It would take me an hour to expand the product line to literally anything that I want because Printful is so awesome. So we'll do it eventually. We'll test, we'll try to sell it out there. We'll test, we'll see what the market responds to. We'll see if we get emails on like, hey, you should add socks, right? If like more than 3 people say you should add socks, then I'm going to add socks, right? Why not? Because I get paid for it. So, but we'll see if it works at all. Anyway, really quick before we go, some hilarious shit happened. Every single Monday, right, after I produce the stream content, after I send it the email, if you're not on my email list, by the way, you can check it out at EntrepreNerd.blog. And you can subscribe there, and I give you updates regularly on every single live stream. I would love it if you subscribe, but no pressure. But every Monday I send out, or every Monday morning I send out an email on like, hey, here's what we reviewed, right? And here is, I'll show you the most recent live stream update. So the quickest SEO tutorial. This is the last one, right? Subscribe for more experiments, Twitch, YouTube, all that kind of stuff. Here's the little show notes. Here's the highlights of the last thing. So it's only like a 10-minute video on everything that we learned for the SEO tutorial. And then I did a big, giant kind of rundown of how SEO works down here, right? If you don't want to go and like listen to everything here or listen to the full thing. And then I did a little tweet about it, which is kind of cool. And I embedded the tweet. That took forever to fucking figure out. I don't know why. But all this stuff is super information. If you want to learn anything about SEO, I wrote it all up here. It's the basics. It's not everything. It's not going to teach you how to become an expert, but it'll get you to the beginner stage, right? It'll get you past just like knowing nothing. So very cool. We used the tool. It was a lot of fun of a live stream. But I shared this page of the quickest SEO tutorial, right? I shared it on a bunch of different places. I shared it on like 80 Facebook groups. I shared it on like, I didn't share it on any Slack groups this time. I shared it on Hacker News. I shared it on Reddit. Reddit didn't do well at all. Nobody liked it on Reddit. But one of my previous live streams, one of the first ones that I did, it was running ads everywhere. This one. No, I didn't get dragged on Reddit. Nobody actually cared on Reddit, which is interesting. But this one, it doesn't have a tweet associated with it. This one did really well on Reddit. Everybody loved it on Reddit. And a bunch of people were riffing on me and shitting on me because Reddit is a terrible place. But it did really well on Reddit. It got like 116 upvotes on one little thing called Entrepreneur Ride Along. And it was great. It worked really well. But then this one didn't do well at all on Reddit. And nobody came from Reddit. We got like one upvote on one of the two subreddits that I posted it on. It was really interesting. Even when I posted it on a marketing subreddit. So it was weird. But I posted it on Hacker News. Okay, Hacker News is Y Combinator's little news source, and you can just post links of whatever you want, and it works really well, right? And it's really cool. Here's the little thing, super quick rundown, and it goes directly to the website, right? I don't even have any text there, right? There's a bunch of comments. 25 people commented. It's just different. A ton of people commented on a bunch of different things. It's super, super cool, and everybody really liked it from what I've seen, right? And it got 45 upvotes, which is pretty dang cool, considering the other two things I only got like 2 points and 1 point, right? Nobody really cared. But it got 45 upvotes. Not that much, right? Not a ton. Guess how many fucking people visited my website? Guess how many people clicked on this link from Hacker News over to my website? You would expect like, what, 45, 50, maybe even 100? It was around 1,600, 1,700 people that visited my website from one little link that I dropped on Hacker News, right? This isn't accurate. There's a bunch of this. It's insane. It's unbelievable. Like, I came back like 3 hours later from a little bike ride after posting it there, and it had like 20 comments, and I was like, wow, this really did really well. I ended up on like the second page, like not the front page, but the second page of the front page for Hacker News for like a few hours. And that literally got me about 1,700 unique clicks just from that, right? It was unbelievable. It was blowing up, and I didn't get a ton of subscribers out of it, which means that I think my website is poorly optimized. But I think I got like 5 to 10 subscribers out of one little link click, right? One little link post. But an unbelievable amount of page views. That's more than I've ever had. I think that's probably more than I've had for the entirety of my website, right? On this one little page. This one little page, the quickest SEO tutorial, right? And most people liked it, actually. Like, most people on here and most people in the comments, a few people were like, actually, it's kind of an ongoing process. But, like, people really liked it. People were super into it. They were like, this is helpful. This is really cool. They asked me questions. It was awesome. And a few other places did really well, too. Facebook did really well. I got 24 clicks. Zest.is did really well. I clicked that. Those page views, I think it'll up-level my SEO, right? Yeah. Literally worked with one of the largest internet diamond dealers at the time. I co-founder professional sports mentality. I appreciate it. I'm glad you think I could be a successful entrepreneur. That's the hope. We're not there yet, but hopefully we'll get there. So, I don't need to find a venture capitalist. Why would I need a venture capitalist for any of this? I'm just spinning up little lifestyle businesses. That's the goal, at least. Why would I need to have investment in that? I don't need to scale anything. Literally, all I need to do is create a little product and then just run ads, right? Run ads or post it in the right places like Hacker News. I don't see why I would need to buy anything or I would need a ton of cash. Have former professional coaches know what's going on. I endorse you. I appreciate that, though. I appreciate the living hell out of that. I'm glad that you see. Why would a VC make? Yeah, true. That's a good point. Why would a VC make an LLC? Who knows? But anyway, all of this is really, really cool, right? And the goal actually would be to go more viral on places like Instagram or not Instagram, like LinkedIn and Twitter especially, because I'm really trying to build a Twitter presence, and actually Twitter seems to be the most useful. Also, check this out. The average time on page for Y Combinator is like 3.5 minutes. Like, people really liked it there. People went there and they really enjoyed it. It really resonated with the whole group. God, it's so fucking cool. It's so fucking cool. So awesome. Choosing an investor, you spend 30% of your time managing investor expectations. Disagree. What do you think, Pretzel? Because you've both got investment. You've both as individuals, you have had investment. I think Toast had a bit more investment than Pretzel. I could be wrong, but would love an argument about who gets what. As long as it's productive, as long as we're not shitting on each other. But anyway, yeah, so this did really, really fucking well. I'm doing this every Monday, and each one seems to be going like viral on a little bit of an area, and it's really cool. I'm really happy with it. So we're going to keep doing this. Hopefully we'll keep going viral on Y Combinator. That would be amazing on Hacker News. Fuck. But beyond that, yeah, shit is going really well. I'm really happy with it. So the investors are institutional for sure, not as much as the angels. Okay, interesting. I would probably agree with that from what I've seen. A lot of angels that I know are relatively hands-off, but they still like to be involved. But cool. That's all I got for today, man. I'm set up. Agree. I'm glad we agree. So yeah, now we know in a very, very simple little way, you can use Memberstack. I didn't go through it like directly. Once I get better at this, hopefully I'll be able to show you exactly how this all works. I just viewed a few tutorials, and we'll be doing it more in the future. Like actually like clicking, like adding the links and all of that kind of dramatic stuff. But the tutorial that I use is apparently just on Memberstack. And it was just linked to a little group called MakerPad that I'm using. SSP's Massachusetts LLC for financial protection, cheaper. For sure, absolutely. And investors do bring exposure for stuff that you're working on, for sure. If it's in the area that they're exposed to, right? If you have an angel that's really, really good at A, then they can get you in touch with people in industry A. Thank you so much, Toast. I'll see you later. We're gonna hop off in like 2 minutes anyway. But yeah, we can build this stuff super quickly. For sure, exactly. Different methodologies for different folks. Totally depends on what you're up to and what you're selling and who you're selling to. So no judgment whatsoever. What's up, Justin? I'm a huge fan of MakerPad. Yeah, MakerPad. So this is the thing that I'm using to learn all of my no-code stuff, right? Here's the marketplace. This is all the different little things. These are the no-code things that I want to use. You can build community platforms, no-code automated emails, for segmented campaigns, mail parser. I wonder actually if Integromat has mail parser. Add a module, click, mail parser. Parse hub. Yeah, it doesn't look like they have mail parser. That's a fat shame. I wonder why. I thought they had it before. Integromat's awesome. Integromat's amazing. What's up, Paul? How's it going? But yeah, mail parser, extract data from emails and automate your business. Pretty fucking cool. So maybe I could integrate mail parser to Google Sheets and then pull it into Integromat. But it would be pretty cool if we had mail parser running on a few different servers and it compiled all the information into a big Google Sheet or an Airtable, and then that an email was formed based off of that in Integromat. So actually we could compile a bunch of automated emails into one automated email and make like a super automated newsletter or some dumb shit like that, right? Would be kind of cool. Just an idea though. So I don't know. Would be really nice. Mail parser alternatives. Ooh, fuck. Mail parser alternatives. Doc parser, Parser. Email parser by Zapier. So Zapier has their own one. Okay, perfect. So maybe parser. And a module. Perfect. That's awesome. Parse. No, okay. So it doesn't look like they have doc parser. I wonder if that works with emails though. Oh, easy to use the email parser will let you extract meaningful data from your automated emails. So Parser. That's Parser. It doesn't look like they have that one either. Parser, they don't have that one. Doc parser. Converts your PDF documents into structured, easy to handle. Okay, so I don't think they have email pulse from here, which is a shame. Well, maybe a module. They did have Gmail. Watch emails. Yeah, can I add this? Continue. I think it had issues adding personal accounts last time I checked. Allow. I think it, yeah, it's not yet possible to use restricted customer Gmail accounts. Okay, yeah. So this doesn't really work. So I would have to create a different email. Because Gmail recently, I think like a month and a half ago, fucked with Integromat. And it didn't let it go through. So that was a little annoying. But we'll just use something else. Maybe we'll use something like, what is it? Outlook, right? Like Outlook or something else like that, and tie it into here and then pull it through something like Doc Parser, right? Who knows? Maybe we can do it in Integromat. Maybe we can't. Maybe we need to use the email parser in Zapier. So that's why we need to go and check out Zapier. Who knows? Send emails to your custom robot@zapier.com address and extract any data. That's so cool. So yeah, Zapier sounds great. So we'll check that out. Thank you. I appreciate that, Paul. It was a pleasure meeting you too. Lo-fi. Lo-fi minute is awesome. Check out Dracula, Houston, PH surfers, old school. You might like it. Sorry, more. Oh, dude, you're good. Thank you for hopping on and contributing to the conversation. I appreciate the fuck out of it. I hope you see you on future streams, dude. Thank you so much, Robert. So, LC's fun. VCs usually don't give them money to just multiple numbers. Yeah, who knows? It totally depends. I know weird little situations that aren't necessarily startups that are just LLCs that get investment just because they know the right angel, right? It totally depends. So who knows? It's interesting. Everybody seems to join around this time. I'm sorry, I got no more content. I apologize. We're going to hop off now, but this is the place that I'm going to be learning everything. This is the place that I'm going to be learning all my different kind of no-code stuff that I'm going to be learning for the next month. Zapier, Gumroad, ConvertKit, Webflow, Coda looks really cool. Absolutely. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think. Adalo is going to be really fun. Adalo is going to be awesome because you can just create apps. It's going to be fucking great. So we got Airtable right there. We got Memberstack. We got Cart. Hey, they're all right there. That's all you need. And then Sheet to Site, the one we just said. And we're going to start building more stuff in Notion too because there's so much stuff that you can do with Notion. Actually, if anybody is interested, it's no code Notion. Yes, one of my friends just built this. If anybody's interested in this, it's a little expensive, but this is a no-code tool. Share this with your friends. And I think it was the code is max 50. Yeah, you can get $50 off the actual subscription. Lifetime access is 97. You can get $50 off of that if you use the code max50. Kind of cool. I got my own referral codes now. But this guy is a genius at Notion. He's unbelievable. His name is, where is he? There he is. Brett Chang. We had him on the show, remember? Great guy. Fucking love him. Notion expert. He's a god at Notion. He's amazing. Partner at Cannabis VC Fund, Uber employee. He's in Toronto, Canada. He's so cool. The guy's so awesome, and he's helped me with a ton of stuff. So give him some love. If you're interested in learning Notion no code, it should be $47 if you add the thing, which isn't that bad. I might actually buy this because I would love to learn how to use Notion better. $500 worth of templates. Awesome. Love this kind of stuff. So you can use templates for all these different kind of things. Paid workshop sales page. Awesome stuff. Really, really awesome stuff. So immediate access Notion 8 templates for 8 different micro startups. Written guides to help you use the templates. Advice on how to get your first customers. Access to exclusive exclusive community of no-code Notion builders. Seat twice monthly office hours. That's really cool. New no-code Notion templates when they become available. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. But no pressure, of course. But just if you're interested in using Notion to no-code some cool shit, this is probably the best resource that I've ever seen for that kind of stuff. So, and he built this whole thing in Notion. All this is built entirely in Notion, I think. Pretty cool, though. Pretty fucking cool. I think he used super.so for this, if he did. Extend the stream. I gotta go. I got some shit to do today. Yeah. I'm glad that you want me to do more. I hate the pressure. I don't like peer pressure, but I appreciate it. Also, if anybody wants me to use like any fancy tools or anything that you've wanted to check, hit me up. Please let me know because I wanna learn everything that I possibly can about all this different cool fancy stuff. So yeah, cool. That's the whole freaking jazz. So we are done. That is all I have for you today. I hope this is all really interesting and informational. It certainly was for me. So cool. We embedded some shit. We did some shit. We paid some shit. Cool. Awesome. I will see everybody later. Let me know if you have any questions. I apologize. This isn't a longer stream, but I am busy today. So I'll see y'all later. Have a great day. I'll see you next week. Next week will be more no-code stuff. We're probably going to be doing websites. We're probably going to be doing Webflow and Adalo. So those are going to be the main things. I already use Webflow. I already know how to use the basics of Webflow. It's a kind of complicated tool, but it works really well. But I want to learn how to integrate a couple different things into it to make something really cool, right? So that's fun. That's awesome. We're happy about that. And then Adalo, which is just lets you build all sorts of fucking apps all over the place in all different directions. And it's really crazy, all the stuff that you can do. So I'm excited. Adalo is going to be a main thing because we know if we know how to build apps, we can just whip some shit up. It'll be really cool. So alrighty though. I appreciate everybody hopping on. I love you all. Have a great day. And the recap and the highlights for this will be coming out over the weekend. So I'll see y'all later. Have a great day. Let me know if you have any questions or ideas for this. Please shoot me a message if you have any ideas. I'll see you next week and on Saturday.